Are we live?
Not yet.
everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World podcast. I'm your host, PK with the Blvd Bullies. On tonight's new era program, The Rebirth, we're going to talk about all the goings-on of the independent wrestling world, including Marcus Crane being inducted into the Deathmatch Hall of Fame. We're also going to talk about what happened in mainstream wrestling as well. And I am joined by our co-hosts, Ringside Sean, and my wrestling father, former boat owner, CCW Hall of Famer Larry the Legend. What the hell is up, y'all? New intro, new graphics, new vibe, new life. Just 3 guys wearing glasses with a podcast. What's up, you guys?
What's going on, baby? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Larry, how are you this week?
I'm fine and dandy. Thank you for the intro. Once again, outdoing yourself. The beginning of a new era.
It's the old new song. You know, and the thing about Brian, who is no longer with us, rest in peace, is that you love the enthusiasm. You love the enthusiasm. And
the markdom.
He would basically go out on a limb and make things happen for us. Now,
like the body.
Well, I mean, Larry, you jumped
like
right
the body.
to the.
Don't call a spade a fucking spade. Like the body. Like OG Kevin Gill. Like some shit none of us co-signed to.
Right, and the ironic thing about the Kevin Gill thing is that Brian booked him as a guest and then also acted in a way that made Kevin Gill not want to be a guest. So it was like a full circle type of thing.
Yeah. He was a fucking ram.
But I will say that the one thing that Brian gave us, which was a home run, 10 out of 10, the gift that keeps on giving, is that Slug Christ theme song.
Well, also the head. You know, the Larry head was all over Mania 40.
You would care.
You
would immediately shift it to the Larry head.
Well, he had some me, bitch. I'm on this shit because of him.
So once we fired Brian last week, and by the way, notice I'm not saying cuck Brian, Sean. You know, there are a lot of people who become cuck blank after leaving the Bullies. Brian is not cuck Brian. He's just Brian.
Wife.
He's just Brian, you know. So, like, that's very important to notice the difference of. But, you know, Brian, listen, last week I handled it as best I could. We all agreed that maybe we shouldn't kill the vibe of Brian's last show. We should let him feel the joy. You know, like, let's make the death sudden and not a slow, long, painful thing.
Everybody knows that Sagittarius' motto is everybody dies.
And once again, at the end of the program, when I tell all of our enemies to die slow, Brian is not a part of the enemies. But all the people who fucked with us this week definitely are. Sean, you've been getting hate mail all week.
Oh, man. Listen, first and foremost, welcome to a new era. And with that being said, welcome to a new Sean. Sean ain't here to take shit from not you, and most certainly not you. I'm not talking to you boys. I'm talking about the hate watchers, the hate typers, the people that get out there and talk the shit but don't get in front of the camera and do the damn thing. So excuse me for speaking up for my peeps and what we try to do.
And, you know, you defended Brian enthusiastically defended him as most recent as 4-4, the Eat the Turnbuckle show. Sean, you were going right up to motherfuckers being like, hey, you got a problem? What's the deal? I stand with Brian. But it just reached an untenable point.
It bit me in the ass. And I excuse my French there, but it most certainly did.
Yeah, we say excuse my French now on this show. Now.
And it sucks, it hurts, but sometimes you just gotta take the snake and cut the head right off before the venom gets in your blood and it tarnishes you and what you're trying to do. And that's really what it comes down to, boys.
Yeah, and
Do
Larry,
what's best for us.
We said the way to get him off the show was to do it the way we did. Now, a lot of people have criticized the way that we got rid of him. But I wanted to, and it was my idea, and you guys signed off on it, so I'll take full blame. I just wanted to, for his final show, I didn't want to have a cloud of it being his final show. I wanted to get pure, unfiltered Bri and give the people one last final show that was like the vibe, And we got criticized heavily for that. Listen, it was a creative choice. Did we succeed? Did we fail? Who knows? Is kicking Brian off the show the right choice? Who knows? But you know what, man? It feels good to start fresh. And we've been sifting through hate all fucking week.
Larry, how are you feeling about this? I know you're close to Brian.
Through Blvd Bullies versus the World, Brian sort of gained a lot of clout. And a lot of that clout he gained when he invited me to be the fourth horseman, if you will. But in my 21 years, going on 22 of being in this thing of ours, there have been several times where I've been shown the door. And a lot of those times when I've been shown the doors by whatever those three letters are, it's happened at a backstage meeting right before the show started, or when I was getting my envelope at the conclusion of the show. So, Brian, you want to do the giveaways and, be on the scene? Now you know what it feels like.
Right. We gave him his fully immersed wrestling gift. It was like, that's just how it happens. And listen.
And the guide. You watched last week's episode, the guide, when he's realizing that all three of these Sagittariuses have pulled both their arrows out of their bundles.
It was a 3-on-1 arrow, bunghole, bundle, boofing.
Bro, Sean took the testes. Pat, you took the dick. Larry took the hole. And we let loose. We let loose on his ass. We've done it in the group chat. Don't you front like we have it all. Turned our arrows against this motherfucker. Like, what are you doing?
Well, and Larry, in the chat, Urka, longest reigning member. Supreme Court, Blvd Bullies Supreme Court Justice Urka,
yes,
says that Larry tried everything he could to prevent this from happening. And I think we all did. We all did.
Gins gonna gins.
How many times are you going to have the same conversation? How many times are you going to look in the mirror and have an issue with what you see and do not one thing about it? Enough was enough. No pun, it was time for a change.
Enough is enough. It was time for a change.
I mean, so here's like the most poignant thing that I want to say to all the motherfuckers that are saying like, how dare you, and don't understand where I was coming from with the whole Jasmine thing. Do y'all remember that Brian made a sign that said, Al Moreland has AIDS? Very funny.
No. I mean,
ha ha.
Blank Blank has AIDS is always going to be a classic.
But
probably one of his least offensive signs. But yeah, go ahead.
Indeed, it was. But what I think he fails to realize is that same
Al Moreland
energy,
actually does have AIDS.
That same energy can be turned right around on us for a ha-ha. And that's why I brought up Tia Tequila getting batteries thrown at her when she was guest MC for the gathering. I heard that story from the Human Tornado, and I said, I will never go to the gathering. I don't care if Pondo asked me. I don't care if Necro asked me. I don't care if Cass asked to lick my balls for me to go. I will never go to the gathering if the energy there is to throw things.
It was terrifying.
In a violent fashion at the MC.
I'm going to tell you, I did heel manager there for Cass, and it was very scary. It was very scary. And you know what? And walking through the gathering was kind of like walking through the hood in a way. You know, like, it's like, okay, there's definitely a lot less dangerous people than there are people who I'm looking at who I'm worried could be dangerous. You know what I mean? Like there's more love from dangerous. It's like wrestling. There's more love from dangerous-looking people than you'd expect, but there is one motherfucker smoking meth who, if you don't whoop whoop back to him correctly, he's gonna maybe stab you.
Yes.
You know,
motherfuckers that are like wishing a nigga would. You know what I mean,
yeah,
Sean?
But you know what?
I wish a nigga would fuck with me at this shit I'm ready to fucking kill.
Well, and John Richter said, gathering isn't that bad, stop. And I will at least say that you can say that about any public gathering.
No,
lack of a better, but Larry, think about it. Larry,
hold on.
If you go to
I'm in the CZW Hall of Fame and I've been in a lot of tournament of deaths. There's never a danger that someone is going to throw batteries at MOJ, at Rosaria, at me, at a tournament of death.
Okay, fair, but...
So when I heard, all due respect, John Richter, that it's not that bad, that Tila Tequila got batteries thrown at her, I was like, I'll never go.
Yeah.
And that, granted, that was all the way back in like 2008.
As a
2007.
As a heel manager, I got like Fago dumped and spewed on me, and I had dildos thrown at me, but no batteries. I do remember
I'm
like
not going. I'm good. No, I'll go to the fucking IWA Deep South fucking Southern Outlaws.
Which we are going to talk about, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go to that fucking shit. But I ain't going to no shit where some motherfuckers might be out in the crowd like, look at this motherfucking black gay motherfucker. Let's throw batteries at him.
Yeah, but would you wear a Baltimore Ravens football jersey to like
a... It doesn't matter, Pat. It doesn't... Bro, I don't care if I'm there to get heat. I don't care if I'm there to make people cheer. I do what I do. I don't want to be in an environment where motherfuckers have batteries ready to throw at shit they don't like.
Right? Yo, why they got so many batteries?
They just had them. Like they didn't even know. They didn't even know Tila Tequila was going to be there. They just had.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about like batteries at the gathering.
CDW, Ring of Honor, MCW, NYWC. That's never been an issue with any of the shows I did.
Yeah.
Just saying. But Brian encourages that type of...
He's a battery Bri. He's a battery Bri.
When I was going in on Brian about empathizing with Jasmine, at one point he was like, you're a performer. You're out there. You're in a wrestling show. You enter into a contract where whatever we want to do, we want to do.
Right, you're fair game.
And I'm like, yeah. But why, Brian? Why? For the same reasons that he went and got the body on our show and wanted Circle Cuck Mike on our show. You know?
Circle Cuck. Oh, boy. Yo, and it has only gotten worse. Not only did we get... Not only did we get supreme hate for what happened with Brian and our creative choices that we made.
Fuck him, girl.
But we also got, like, you know, like last week, I addressed on the show that this one wrestler who was accused of being a Nazi, the photos that were used of him, he was wearing a Blvd Bullies.
I don't even know why you're bringing this up.
I have to. We're talking about last week. So since then I got a message from that person who's saying, yo, why you talking about me on your podcast? And yo, I'm very, you got a problem, DM Blvd Bullies. We've been saying this the whole time. You got a fucking problem, door's always open, So we had a problem. So I said, hey, dude, here's the deal. Nothing but love, like no hate. But I didn't say that you were that on the show. I was responding to something that was posted recently, and other motherfuckers, the Bocce Boys, implied that we were somehow connected, so I had to address it on the show, right? And I even said, because, of all the fucking shit and all this whole shitstorm that Brian's brought to our doorstep, and mine even personally, specifically, I was just like, I understand how it feels, dude. Like, the internet's made us all crazy. But at the end of the day, I didn't say this about you on the pod. And I just was addressing things that were said about us that were connected to you. And by the way, everybody says, this pod ain't shit. Everybody says, who's listening to these guys? Apparently fucking everyone, dude. Apparently fucking everyone. Because, it's all about us. And even dating back to that fucking body episode. It's about us chilling, drinking a little bit, smoking a little bit, unwinding, talking about wrestling with our, 20 to 30 fucking friends. That's basic. That's all it is. And our haters will say, whoa, they'll say that exact sentence in a negative way. And it's like, okay, cool. Then let us just do what we do. Let us just do our little hobby, and you do your thing. You're the one, all these other people are saying they're the ones doing big business. They're the ones who are getting over, brother, and all this fucking shit. We're just in this little corner doing our little pod for our fucking friends. So if you got
everybody saw business, that it just said business, and they lost it. What business are they in? They don't make money. That's funny.
Right.
They should be ashamed to call themselves podcasters. And it's like, oh, okay.
And you know what? It's not even business, and you can say what you want. If you think that we're not a monetized business, that's fine. You keep doing that. By the way, memberships available, super chats available, merch available on the website. You can also engage with our Instagram reels to give us more money. You can do whatever you want. And listen, hey, it ain't a business. That's fine. It's a hobby. So when we say business, it's our personal business. You know what I'm saying?
The jacket.
It's the jacket. Carmela loves you. She's got a 3-year-old. But anyway, so keep watching, keep screen recording, keep hating. Because, even though Brian's gone, now there's just a lot more for us to fucking say about all y'all's personal fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
So how about that?
Mm-hmm.
You want to read how about that? How about that?
Oh, I would love to.
You want to
That's that Drew Carey right there. How about that?
How about that? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have anything more to add to this before I read the comments from last week? And by the way, no more giveaways. Larry,
no, screw that.
You want to do giveaways, Sean?
No.
Yeah, this ain't no garage sale fucking bullshit. We ain't so uptight for engagement.
Listen. Larry pointed something out earlier when we were talking before we jumped on. Why are we giving away Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Why were we giving away Big Mama's House 2 when Big Mama's House 1 wasn't there? Well, we got stuff like that.
Just all around me.
How about that, Larry? You want to do the giveaway?
I'll take the shit. I'll take the shit that I have no business owning no more.
That's so weird. That's just a picture. That was just a piece of paper that was completely blank that you just showed.
And I'd love to give it away, but
you couldn't even give it away
because we're giving away Big Mama's House. Fuck, dude! My favorite part of the show. What is it gonna be? A fucking some shit DeMonto did on live sale as a bonus in the gold box. that you paid $150 for 2 Christmas Eves ago. But nobody wants that shit. You didn't even want it.
Eves ago, kill me.
So and once again, to everybody who's stuck with us after this very tumultuous period, I gotta tell you, you could stick with the Blvd Bullies, and you could trust the Blvd Bullies, and even people out there who miss Brian, you could trust us, and you could hang. And the people who are upper level brain power viewers are here in the chat. I see them, even though they're fans of Brian.
Because the Blvd Bullies.
But we're still figuring out.
I was trying to do trust the Gordon's fisherman, but trust the Blvd.
We are still trying to figure out like what the show is going to be.
Trust the Blvd Bullies.
So Larry, do you want to give something away that has actual value or no?
No. This is my shit. I'm keeping my Greg the Hammer Valentine Jimmy Hart autographed oil painting.
Yeah. So the giveaway segment has been replaced with show and tell. Giveaway segment replaced with show and tell, where we show you things that we own that we're not going to give away.
Instead of tracking motherfuckers down in Newport Box and all this shit that just eats up from us talking about Seth Rollins.
That's right. Because what we're really here to talk about is Seth Rollins, dude.
We'll be here for.
With his wife.
You know, and you know what? And the more y'all talk about how we're not a business, the more we're gonna become a business. So we had all these comments based off of our statement saying the fact that you guys call yourself a business is fucking deplorable. Well, guess what? We left the Deathmatch Elite group, and we're in WWE Elite group now.
I never look at that shit, bro. I never look at the Deathmatch Elite. I mean, DeMonto did a big statement like, I'm not looking at this no more. It's all that. Bro, I never did.
Yo, you know what? I do have to say something, though.
What?
You know, and once again, my vision was blurred through the lens of Brian, because I don't pay attention to Deathmatch Elite either. I just know it through what Brian tells me and what he brings to what he used to bring to the table.
I am the table.
So I will say that, like, this week, and I don't even think it's related to the Brian firing, this week I had my own character attacked. And, of course, it made its way to Deathmatch Elite. And I do want to shout out Chad Mins, Chad Mines, whatever the fuck this.
No, Pat.
But listen.
Pat, Minnie's winning on you.
Well, he screenshotted things that were happening on Instagram regarding my personal life. And, you know, whereas I guess.
Not one you want screenshotting.
I guess
Minnie's
I could.
Not one you want screenshotting.
Well,
not
whatever. But whatever. I guess on the surface, I could get mad that it was even brought to the table of the group. Like, you could have just let it be. However, there are so many haters of the Blvd Bullies out there, and there are so many haters of me specifically out there, that anybody could have grabbed these screenshots of what was going on in my personal life and, like, post them and been like, this guy...
Who would have?
They could
have, though, but Minis.
But they
no,
could
for real, though.
Minis could have posted this to Deathmatch Elite saying, aha, we got him. He could have been part of the problem. But I will say that he said he posted it with, like, a journalistic inquiry saying, hey,
any accuracy?
You know, is there any truth to this? So at least, I just want to say, at the very least, breadcrumbs from our fucking table. I will say at the very least, thank you for not grabbing that and reporting it as truth, which it isn't, and at least putting it to the community and saying, hey, does anybody know about this? Which, of course, everybody responded being like, it's bullshit, you know, whatever. So
You know, Pat, that is such.
Am I being lame?
No.
You're kinda being hypocritical.
Could have been a lot worse, though. Could have been a lot worse. Motherfucker could have reported it as fact. At least he did what the bullies do and say, I heard a rumor of a rumor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to give props. I got to give credit. Because we're in a new era.
Mm.
The fact that he would even stir the pot of conversation.
You're right. Fuck him. Absolutely. Fuck this guy, dude.
Listen about something that has nothing to do with the show, that has nothing to do with the wrestler, is the exact same energy that Brian himself would be like, I just wanted to open it up for conversation.
Wow. You know what, Larry? You're so right. Fuck this guy, dude. You convinced me. Fuck him.
So is there like an entire Justice League of Brians?
I'm just saying you've got to play devils.
You know what? You know what it is? I got too much empathy. My heart's too big.
So do you guys think there's like an entire Justice League of Brians?
Yo, I'll tell you this. I know for a fact during the pandemic, Me Too, I know for a fact that there was a group chat of those whistleblowers who were deciding, like they were in Bohemian Grove, who to fucking target next. And not only that, those people would choose who needed to be targeted, do their feverish research, find the person who was in question, the victim, and gas them up to come out. And like they were definitely, there was definitely a hidden group of puppeteers behind the scenes canceling people who were, you know, bullies, classified as bullies, for lack of a better term.
So whoever put Brian in charge, your days are kind of numbered, basically.
Yeah, but you know, and in a way, actually, I hate to even say this, but in a way, Brian fought for truth and justice. However, like, so at least, Larry, you're right, because when you go, oh, I just want to put this up for discussion, like, that's pretty fucking toxic. But even more toxic than that is, like, that's murder too. And what I'm talking about is there were a group of people during those days committing murder one. Conspiracy to commit murder rather than commit murder out of passion.
What is that? What is that? Are we showing old, like, Onita shit and, like, showing, like, Joshi shit and wild shit? Or are we, like, are we gossiping? And this is why I'm saying, like, DeMonto made the big deal about, like, I'm leaving the state. It's only drama. And I'm like, I don't even look. So the fact that you, Pat, are even giving energy to the UWF guy that's a Nazi and
allegedly
what you know, whatever. Dude, I don't even know anything about that.
Yeah, well, and you know,
because
I would love to.
I just don't look. I'm Lisa Simpson. Just don't look. 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 And it fucking works. And then we talk about Cody and Paul Heyman and fucking if Brock is coming back and what Riddle's doing. And you don't have to have a flagship show because we're not focusing on this stupid fucking shit.
Wow, listen to this. Listen to this. You ready for the fortune cookie of a lifetime? And Larry, I couldn't have said it better myself.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm riffing.
No, you're looking jacked, dude. You're looking kind of jacked.
I do push-ups. I try to do. I'm 42. Try to like do push-ups and.
Larry told me that I dropped weight recently. Larry complimented me dropping weight recently, and
from the backyard Blvd Bullies Bonanza Bodega.
Yeah, the bodega. Yeah. And that's another thing. Now without
a little heavy there.
Without Brian. Well, you know, and then the shirt gets tucked in, the beer belly gets like accentuated. For
punch.
For 4-4, I did shirt untucked.
I never even I guess I saw some of that.
And by the way, just quick announcement. There will be a Blvd Bullies Backyard Barbecue too. We had such a grand time. I just feel like in the new era, We need to somehow figure out a way to put on another.
There's always a 2, and it's always better than the first.
There needs to be a return of the barbecue.
Jaws 2 was not better than Jaws.
True.
But Halloween 2 was better than Halloween.
Where do you guys land on Back to the Futures 1 and 2?
Gave us what we wanted. I think it did.
Where do you guys land on Back to the Futures 1 and 2? Because growing up as a kid, 2 I loved more because 2 had more gimmicks, you know?
2 had more gimmicks, but there's never anything like the first when it comes to 80s movies.
The first does set it off.
Like I was watching Freddy Krueger's, right? Like Larry told me last week I was wrong with my
that was weeks ago.
Was 2 weeks ago, right? So then it's still I was like, wow, what Freddy fan am I if I can't even like break down the movies. So I started watching. Because
Larry's like a fucking expert, dude. Like Larry knows all them shits.
Dude, my mom raised.
Oh. Wait.
Huh? His mom raised him on
Rosemary's Baby.
Larry definitely loves Rosemary's Baby more than anyone else I know.
Yeah. He loves Rosemary's Baby.
He is definitely the biggest fan of Rosemary's Baby out of all my friends. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, so then I was like watching them, and then I was like, damn, like part 1 really like it hits. Because then like part 2 is like it's cool, but like part 1 is like really where you set it off, like, yo, he's a dream demon. He's not just a monster. So you have to like really like differentiate the 2. Like, yeah, he's a monster because he was an era of monsters.
The best Freddy movie is New Nightmare.
Oh, Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was wild, bro. That was wild.
Yeah. Yo, okay, how about Matrix 1 or 2? You know what I'm saying? Like Matrix, okay. But what I'm saying is like it's almost like as an in the moment fan, when the sequel delivers, you go like, wow, that's so much better than the original. But then like as years pass, and like the cycle is.
Okay, sorry to cut you off.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like so,
I dig what you're saying.
Like, so it's like now years later, like in my youth as a kid, I loved Back to the Future 2, Ghostbusters 2, and probably Matrix Reloaded even more than the originals. But now it's like an older man, like, yo, fuck Ghostbusters 2. Give me GB1.
Exactly. But that, it kind of like contradicts itself because like Terminator 2 is way better than Terminator 1.
Well,
sorry, y'all. My phone overheated.
Cool, it's fine. Okay. You're now sideways. Can you flip? Can you flip and rotate? Not your body, your phone.
I did already. I think it's
do it again. Just shake it a little bit, dude. Just shake it up a little bit.
Do a little Eddie Money. Oh, you can leave it like that. That's fine, dude.
Do you have a lock on it or something? There you go. There you go.
There he goes.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Here we go.
My stand fell down. Stand fell down. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
But yeah, what were you? Nightmare on Elm Street 3. My mom raised me on it. My mom raised me on them shits.
All right, so round table, real quick, lightning round, just based off movies. A sequel that is head and shoulders unanimously better than its predecessor. I think we'll eliminate Terminator 2 because I think we can all agree that Terminator 2 is much better than Terminator 1, right?
Yes. 100% agree.
So we'll do subjective. Subjective.
I believe that Empire Strikes Back is better than Star Wars.
Oh wow, that's like you just opened up a whole new can of W.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about you, Sean?
Might consider The Godfather Part 2.
Many do. Many do.
Yeah.
Many do.
Yeah.
Damn, you got me, bro.
Is that what you're gonna say, Sean?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. Being like a 90s kid, I was thinking like what movies from the 90s really had like a part 2 that was like really good. And like if you think about it, there's not really many that stand out because you had a lot of standalone films. But like one that really I think stands out to me a lot is probably Jurassic Park 2.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
Sean, what are you talking about?
Bad take, Sean.
No. But think about it.
I don't need to think about it. That's how.
So what? All right. So what was so much better than part 1 than part 2?
I can't even explain to you.
All right. So who was in part?
Sean,
Who was in?
you're
Who was in
Sean.
part 2? Who was
I
in
feel
part
like,
2? Do you know?
dude, I know
Yeah,
that
Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum
Jeff Goldblum,
returned, but
right?
the first two did not, and then the
Laura Dern, no Sam
no,
Neill,
Sean,
Laura Dern.
no.
All right, but hear me out, please, hear me out, and
All
it'll
right.
be very quick, right? All right. So in part 1, they were on an island that was already spoken of, right? There's Isla Sorna, and Isla Nublar.
Oh my
So
God.
in part two, they wound up on the second island that wasn't discussed, and it had a whole bunch of dinosaurs that weren't even spoken about. You know how the Asian guy in the first film, he's like breaking down like all the different genes and stuff that they have there.
I'm so
He
done
shows
with
a
this.
list,
I'm
and
done.
there's like, all right, we only have this much. So then now in the part 2,
I hate this.
they go into the other part of the island, and John Hammond is like, yo, there's more dinos. This is uninhabited. People haven't been there.
Sean
and they're
loves
just
his
living and
dinos.
roaming free. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how is that not much better than the first? Like, yeah, it's dope. They got out of the fucking enclosure. But in part 2, there was an entire fucking island of dinos that niggas ain't touched.
Okay, all right.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right.
Jesus.
What you're talking about, Sean, is
Maybe
like,
I read the books and like got in depth.
Sean, can I speak? Can I speak?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
What you're talking about is like storyline versus storyline. And what Pat and I are talking about is match versus match.
Gotcha. Okay.
You are absolutely right. There is more like minutia around Jurassic Park 2 to, as a fan, get you invested in spending a ticket for it. But that first Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker is the whole fucking reason that we had Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker 2.
All right, so then I'm gonna have to go with the.
That's another
right.
good one because
All right, so
at the
then my
time
part
of
two-
watching Shawn Michaels vs Undertaker 2, I was like, "Wow, this is so much better than 1." But then, like 10 years later, what's featured on WWE Network? What's the one that we remember is the original.
All right,
It's because
Larry.
that's what begat.
Larry, 100% correct. So what I won't I won't do a movie for me. What I'll do is Bret Hart versus Diesel, Royal Rumble 95
Jesus
as the
fucking
part 2
Christ.
better than the part 1. First one happened was King of the Ring 93. It was good, but it wasn't Royal Rumble 95.
94, I was there.
94, sorry.
My first WWF pay-per-view, King of the Ring 94, Baltimore. I was there.
In June, yes, but it wasn't Royal Rumble quality of a match because that Royal Rumble match just really set the tone. The next time they tied up was Survivor Series 95. You were there as well.
I also was at.
Yeah.
I also was at that.
So it's like,
yeah, I was at Survivor Series 95 too.
So that for me, the part 2 is better than the part 1. Bret, Diesel, Royal Rumble.
All right,
There you go.
real
there was
quick.
a lot going on. Owen running in. Sean. There was a lot. Backlund,
Jeff Jarrett, the Roadie.
But just remember.
Just real quick. Sorry, we got to move on. A lot of people in the chat saying aliens over alien. Real quick,
one,
Larry,
yeah.
do you prefer 2 aliens or alien? I prefer 1. I like 1. I like survival horror, female lead. Oh my God, give me alien all day, every day. Sean, you agree?
Okay, just answer me one thing. Which one is stay away from her, you bitch? Which one is that?
That's part 2. That's with the little girl.
That's
right?
2, yeah.
That's the one, dude. Dude, that's the one. I'm sorry, dude. That's the one.
All right,
dude.
real quick,
Come
because now without
on.
Brian, Brian is toxic nonsense. And by the way, if you're missing Brian, all I have to say to you is sorry, but trust the Boulevard Bullies. Trust us.
Trust the Boulevard Bullies.
Trust us.
That's it.
The Boulevard Bullies didn't screw Brian Ginsburg. Brian Ginsburg screwed Brian Ginsburg. And with that, a new era is upon us. So
right,
here we go.
How about this? Answer me this. Which franchise has the best movie 3 or over? So we were just talking about 1 or 2. Like, what movie franchises is the sequel better than the original? But give me a franchise that the third installment or after that is better than the
Harry
first.
Potter. Harry Potter.
Okay. Yo, that's a great take, but Harry Potter, it was almost planned as 7 films. Like Harry Potter, the Avengers, all this like modern era shit. It's almost planned that way. I guess you could say Avengers Endgame would be like an easy fucking answer, right? Because that was like the 6th or 7th fucking... Damn, okay, so you hacked my question. Larry, what do you think?
I mean, guys, I'm horror. I'm horror.
Exorcist 3?
And Sean, if you don't know this, you and I are born on the 333rd day of the year under the Gregorian calendar. So, dude,
Halloween
Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th, part 3, when he gets the hockey mask. Okay? He gets the hockey mask.
Beer, blood, and body
Dude, hold on,
slams.
let me finish. Okay. Let me fucking finish. Let me finish. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where Nancy from
Dream
part
Warriors.
1 comes back.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where Nancy from part 1 comes back. Dude, 2 franchises where the number 3 fucking was like, I'm on this train. I'm on this train of Freddy and Jason. Whatever they do. Hockey mask in 3. Nancy comes back to fuck this nigga once again in 3. Too obvious. Obvious for me as a horror motherfucker that, like, just fucking got us going. The power of 3, bro. I'm charmed.
Sean, do you want to read these comments? Well, I'm going to defer to you.
Do it.
Should we address these?
Do whatever you want.
Should we
Pat.
address
I was going to say before we continue, I wanted to say Army of Darkness.
Ooh, okay. All right.
What happened, Larry?
So I'm just going to say that the first Evil Dead actually scared me.
If it didn't scare you, you're a sick fuck.
So much that I wanted to see Evil Dead 2. And when I saw Evil Dead 2 with all of the like kind of like funny slapstick and like animatronics that weren't really there to scare, but kind of like we've got money now to do what we wanted to do in part 1, I kind of felt a little bit gypped. And then by Army of Darkness, I was kind of like, oh, this is not for me. This is for the people that got hooked to Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
And we're like, we want to see more of Ash being a wild and crazy guy. Yeah. You know? So Army of Darkness kind of like...
It was like, nah, I'm good. Creepshow was good. I feel like Creepshow 2 was better than 1.
All right, final thoughts from both of you before we move on.
we can go for days.
What year are you? I'm 81. What year are you?
85.
I'm 90.
And what year are you, Sean?
90. Oh, 90s, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love you, but I'll never date you again. I'll never date you again, bro. Like I'll never date another 90s motherfucker.
All right, yo, let's get to the
I love you though.
Let's get to the interactive portion of the show. Let's get to the
Here we go.
I want to read the chat. I want to talk about the chat for a minute. Then we're going to get into last week's comments because we have the highest total comments of all time on last week's episode.
Even more than when I left ICW?
Okay, so your episode when you left ICW and you on to the Blvd Bullies, that is our #1 most watched episode. And last week's, when we fired Bry, has become our 2nd most watched episode, but our most commented episode. So I want to get into that. But before that, I want to get into just the chat real quick, and I'll have you guys like reply quickly to it.
I'm not saying shit. Go ahead. Psych.
Beer, Blood, and Body Slams. Everybody, by the way, go follow Beer, Blood, and Body Slams on both YouTube and fucking Instagram. Great account, great content. a dear friend of the Bullies. I love Gremlins 2 more than the original. I have never seen.
Is that Takes New York?
I have
Dude,
not seen. I have not watched one.
That's a great call out, actually. That's a great call out, Beer Blood and whatever.
Larry, agree or disagree?
I actually agree.
Hogan's in it.
Look. I actually agree for the very same argument that Sean made about Jurassic Park 2 versus Jurassic Park.
Oh boy!
Like seriously, storyline can do it. It can, and all those other new gremlins, the woman gremlin, the bat gremlin, the brainiac gremlin. Dude, I was like, yes, even though it was a shitty movie.
It was fun to watch.
Right. Like, if you're a fan, it was like fan service. It's like, yo, if you're a dope Gremlins 1 fan, we're going to give you more Gremlins. I don't know. I've never watched 1 second of Gremlins, so what the fuck do I fucking care?
Dude, get your ass out. Get your ass out of here.
Come on, Pat.
Captain Dave says, the Blvd Bullies breaking up with Brian. It's kind of like the Insane Clown Posse breaking up with Twisted. Blaze, you dead homies, etc. How about this? Steve, Bald Steve, by the way, original father of the Blvd Bullies. And you know what, dudes? I was going to open up this show talking about the entire history of friends that have come and gone, CUM and GUM. But we just got into such a dope flow as 3 dudes wearing glasses that I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to, bury the entire history. Hold on.
What happened?
We're getting a $30
$30
super chat from John Richter.
Who the hell gave $30? What? John,
it says,
come on.
Love y'all. Come on, dude. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. That $30, that's probably going to put us over the monthly YouTube check threshold. But instead, I'm gonna immediately donate that $30 to the Necro Butcher Hip Foundation.
Yes.
Trapped in Japan.
Yo, we should do we should do a graphic for Necro. And it should be, instead of Escape from LA and Escape from New York,
Escape from
Japan. And instead of Kurt Russell, it is the Necro Butcher.
Yo, I mean, I think that somebody could probably hand him a phone with Zoom and we could talk to him and do a Necro. Unless he hates that we fired Brian.
I wonder if Pondo's out there. Maybe if we could get a hold of Pondo, we could probably make that happen.
All right, let's read more comments. I'm just going to say real quick, Friday the 13th, part 4 and 6 are both better than the first.
Halloween 4 and 5 are good.
I agree with both those statements.
Okay,
so
I'm
Friday the 13th, part 4 and 6 are better. I mean, it's Jason. 1, we never see the killer until Pamela, his mom, is revealed, and then she has the one fight with the girl for 30 minutes. But we get to see Jason murking motherfuckers in 4 and 6. That's what brought the dollars in.
Well, and they doubled down. They realized it's like fan service. It's an interesting discussion. And you know what? In the new era, we will talk about films. And we will talk about pop culture. And
talk about all types of things besides the drama.
Yeah, besides the drama. Oh, what's going to happen at Deathmatch Drama? First of all, as you have seen, cheers everybody, from this very show, which, by the way, we're approaching 100 episodes.
Wow.
We're on a pace, dude. And as you've seen, the entire show, if you haven't been paying attention, the entire show is Deathmatch Drama. Just because of all the bridges we've burned and all of the people who should die slow in our wake. And once again, I was going to open this show with a whole history of the people who couldn't hang and how I was bestowed this responsibility and how the gods told me that this is my legacy item. but we're not going to get into that. You want to read the comments from last week? It's going to be
Read 'em.
hairy. It's going to be stressful.
Read them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm clicking held for review first, but all right, we're going to go newest first. Asylum 61 says, point blank, and this is not the view of the Blvd Bullies. This is this comment. Just straight up say 2 words. Gay work.
Well, that's not nice.
That's really terrible.
Next.
Pajama
Next
Jan.
caller.
Next caller. Pajama Dan, a longtime viewer, lover of the Bullies, and I sent him a private message. I said, yo, dude, I understand how you're feeling, but trust the Bullies. Trust us.
The comment, Pat. The comment.
This show is going to suck without Brian. Y'all fucked up. How can you call yourself some bullies and be soft and get butthurt about some controversy? Goodbye forever, Blvd Bullies. Sean, do you care to comment?
Next caller, dude. Come on.
I don't.
Next caller. Ghost the Gamer 7528 says, Brian was boring, to be honest. Never liked him.
There you go.
You know what? We're going to love that comment.
Next caller, Pat.
3-shot TGK says, Patrick,
Oh, we know
did
him.
you go to the same gathering that I did? 2018 was when they had Guar and ICP did their Hell's Pit album. The answer to your question, my friend, is yes. That is the exact show I went to. And I was scheduled to manage Cass, bell time 2 a.m. Guar played at 10. I took acid from a guy in an RV at 9. And he gave me double the dose. I was like, hey, could you cut this for me? I only got this much money. He goes, just take the whole thing, dude. Whoop, whoop.
Sounds like Brian.
Whoop, whoop. And I was like, all right, cool. And I cut it myself, and I ate it, and Guar's playing, and I'm feeling nothing. And then ICP, Larry, you're going to love this. They did their Satanic album that night. The night that I was there. And I never listened to an ICP album in my entire life. They did Hell's Pit, which is all about like ritual, and it was all red lights and demonic.
Yeah, you know me very. You know your dad very well. You know your dad very well.
So I watched
nothing
all
else
of
to drink.
Guar with nothing hitting, and I watched all of ICP in Hell, and towards the very end when they did the Fago spot where everybody's spraying Fago on everybody, I started to feel a little strange. And then I went to pee before the cast match, where, by the way, I had to change into a suit and Paulie Dangerously gear. And I swear to God, it was just like Always Sunny, man. I was in the porta potty peeing. I look at my phone, and it was like record skip. And I was like, oh, fuck. All this shit just hit me, and I'm going to spend the rest of my night in this porta potty. But no, I powered through. I got out. I walked across the entire parking lot. I found my pants. And I tripped hard during the entire gathering of the Juggalos in 2018, where Casanova Valentine, the man who shall not be named, fought... What's the guy's name? Jedi Joe? He fought Jedi Joe in the Tidy Whities. And that's when all the ruthless battery-throwing Juggalo fans were yelling at me, but I was tripping on acid, so I had an impenetrable shield. The end. Next comment. Hold on. Something else is happening here. We're getting more money. We're getting $20 from Alexander Vasquez, who says, Blvd Bullies Evolution. Glad to see everyone. Much love for life. Hashtag love Larry Legend.
Look at that.
$50. $50 up. When is the last time
The highest
we were shown
grossing
so
show.
much love. When is the last time we
Find
were
his
shown so much
pants.
love? $10
No
from
giveaways.
Casey Brown. $10 from Casey Brown maybe like 2 weeks ago. $50 already. Bye, Bri. Bye.
Bye-bye. So that's the Gathering of the Juggalo comment. What a wild ending, says Card Stories 8202. I think a former winner of giveaways that will no longer happen. Don't get rid of Bri. Love all of the added drama and mayhem.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do.
And people like you are people like him. So the more of you that we have around, the more bad stuff that's going to follow. So
People are going to throw batteries at Larry Legend.
No battery throwing.
I feel like it's only a matter of time. Wesley Easter says, Brian keeps the show interesting. What a shame. How dare you? How dare you? I thought you were friends with all of us.
That's sick.
All of
that's
you
really
guys
sick.
Are expressing your, you're getting tribal. You're getting tribal. And you're expressing your thoughts, and I just feel like you're going to come to regret it. C-U-M to regret it. Larry?
Larry.
Sean? Larry? Sean?
Yes? Yes?
What?
Huh?
Yes.
I'm just looking for some comments.
Well, listen. I have a comment of my own that somebody texts me right now and wants me to read personally to Larry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I think it falls in line with the hashtag Love Larry Legend.
Okay.
My sister Melissa says, tell Larry, me and Jenny like him for who he is, and his personality is amazing. That is from my sister Melissa. So my sister Melissa, shout out to you. Shout out to Jenny. Look at him. Love for Larry Legend.
Listen.
That's a text that I got for Larry.
Linda. I have got to give the horned devil his due. Brian is the one that brought me to the dance. He recognized the love. He supersized my head, and he invited me. But Brian, much like Danny DeMonta, much like DJ Hyde, much like Brett Lauderdale, he got too big for his britches. You understand? He got too big for his britches. He started to think that for 1 second that my motherfucking centaur ass wouldn't gallop off into the sunset and jump right into the middle of the bed with Cat Martini and Rob Black.
Huh. More comments from last week. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go. I just wanted a dramatic pause.
Brian keeps the show interesting. What a shame. 666.
I like this person.
I'm finally a winner. Whoop whoop. I'll message Gins for my winning. That's right, because there's no more giveaways here on this show. You know what? 28 comments would have been a great Newport box, but y'all did this too. Too late. Too late. Horror, pain, gore, death says, damn, I'm hoping this is a work. Otherwise, a bully out-bullied you. Horror, pain, gore, death. Says,
I know horror, pain, gore, death. I'm sorry, it's not a work.
Otherwise, a bully out-bullied you. PG Boulevard? Nope. Sean versus Brian at XPW. Loser leaves bullies. Sean, care to comment?
If Brian feels disrespected to the point where he feels he has to get physical, I have no issue getting physical. And no, I don't want no match because this is not wrestling. This is as real
as
it
gets.
Fight
like me and Al.
So, like, if I'm speaking to Brian right now and Brian's directly in front of me, I tell him like this: if you have an issue with me and you want to get physical, then we can fucking get physical. But until then, I think we're just fine.
Yeah, I don't feed into it, Sean. Don't feed into it. Yeah, Brian don't want to get physical with your ass. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me
All right,
hear
more
your
comments.
body talk. I want to get animal.
Wesley Easter
Animal.
says, I love this comment. This is my favorite. I'm going to love this one. Thank you for all the time and effort that you put into this show. You know what,
Well, that's
Wesley
all you,
Easter?
Pat.
Maybe, no, well, it's all of us because our group chat is popping. And you know, this week we had a lot of great ideas, and, you know, we've been feeling anew. And like I've been saying to all the viewers who have been alienated by Brian's removal, and all the viewers who have been refreshed by Brian's removal.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I just want to say, trust the Blvd Bullies. If you've been
Trust
liking,
the Blvd Bullies. That's it, Sean. I got.
we're at what? We're at week 98, week 99. Not to mention how much we did on Twitch even before, probably 25 weeks on Twitch before.
How great was WWE? How great was WWF?
And
98?
I just want to say that if you've stuck with us this long, you know that whatever happens next is going to be dope. So thank you for trusting, and thank you for loving, and thank you for commenting. The most comments ever on a video this week, 28 from all longtime viewers.
Well, you know what it is, Pat. These motherfuckers are haters.
The anarchists.
Like, remember 2 weeks ago when Sean and I in solidarity left, and everybody was like, "Oh, look at them fucking fighting."
We had a viewership spike in that moment.
You know what it is?
Because I think
we influenced Tony Khan
to
let them fuck him up because he saw us. He saw us doing a little bit of.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. They watch us. Hunt too. Hunty too. Hunty's watching right now. Hey,
now, Sean, you've been getting some hate in the comments. People are saying to you that you manufactured and manipulated this whole firing of Brian.
Dude,
they're saying that you, and that's why we made the thumbnail of you on the throne. We wanted to lean into that. You made a power play, that you've been eyeing Brian's spot this entire time, and once somebody came up to you at an outlaw show and yelled at you about Brian, you were off the rails, and you made a power play, a Game of Thrones maneuver to remove Brian. So now there's a series of comments that says, thumbs down for bunghole Sean.
Yep.
Bungside Sean must resign.
Yep.
Boycott the bullies. Ginsburg should run a news show against pussyism.
Do it.
I must boycott Boulevard
Bungholes. Maybe he'll get Sabu
since
every week.
Ginsburg got voted off the island due to ringside Sean. We have just a boo comment. And then Bren, a longtime viewer, a longtime trusted friend of the bullies. He goes on to say, and I'm going to have to click read more. How dare you? Kick the whole effing smoke begins. I blame that TV sitcom theme song singing goof, ringside Sean. With a friend like Sean, who needs enemies?
See this, Larry? See this?
Sean said words today. Sean said more words today than he has in 90 episodes. Larry, how dare you not like me? How dare you not like my takes? I'm engaging and talking. I'm a nice person, so you are just rude. Bad takes everywhere besides Brian. Sure, he's special, but he's our special boy. All caps, shame on you, Sean. Shame. 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 And then, of course,
No!
Brad, knowing that he needs to butter me up to have this comment read so dramatically, says in the final sentence, Pat, you're awesome as always, something, something.
So I got a DM from a watcher, an avid watcher of the show. First name is Daniel. I'm not too sure what his YouTube name is because, that's what comes up. I got a DM from him saying that I should be ashamed. 2 days later, I see in the comments in the Deathmatch Elite, I saw something basically saying that I should be ashamed. It's insane. It's wild.
This is my favorite thing.
Dude, I'm getting ousted for, just sticking up for what's right. And
cry me a river.
I'm not sure I'm dealing with, actual people, or am I dealing with babies? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't like what I stood up for, then boo hoo.
Yo,
I'm
and
sorry.
you know what, Sean?
You know what you're dealing with, Sean?
What?
You're dealing with the voices of the voiceless.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They
don't have a Blvd Bullies versus the world every Tuesday from 7 to 9.
So,
but they know.
Yeah.
They can they can acai moonsault off of our shit and comment and know that Pat's gonna read them.
But it's like, okay, granted. But then when you have comments, well, you have posts like this. Apparently, Ringside Sean, Larry Legend, and Pat came to an agreement that because of the recent call to have me removed from the Blvd Bullies, it would be best that I no longer partake in the brand. I honestly have nothing to say, and nothing for me changes. I will still be moderating this forum and enjoying deathmatch wrestling as I do. So, Brian gave all the boys and girls and everything that they wanted to hear. He gave them a nice song and dance so that they can have something to tune to. And what they did is they tapped that and stole over me this weekend, Pat and Larry. They told me that I should be ashamed, that I'm not a friend, that I'm wrong for sticking up for what's right.
It wasn't you, Sean. It was all of us together.
It was a collective. It was a collective agreement.
And I've had a lot of people, and dude, the shitstorm that I personally have received this week, there are some things that got triggered that maybe, to the naked eye might be unrelated. But I just think that the fact that we released that statement in such a concise way really triggered all the Joel Embiids out there to really get to their keyboards and type their thoughts. And, man, I just have to say one more time, don't do something you'll regret. Trust the Blvd Bullies.
Here's the last
one.
Trust the
Blvd Bullies.
I wanna end, this vile, disgusting conversation.
Oh, there are more comments. There are about 15 more comments, Sean. That
Seems like Sean had a lot of influence over this. He's easily the most boring co-host. Made a wrong decision. Hope you guys have time to reflect on this. You should be ashamed.
Wow.
Trust the Blvd Bullies.
Just trust in the Boulevard.
I'm sorry.
That's right, Sean. That's right, Pat. Reprise. That was the reprise. That was the Family Matters reprise. Yeah.
There goes the deathmatch drama segment and cool giveaways. Wow. Hey, Tony Norman, dude, you know what? We love you so much. Thank you for your viewership. But if you think
Tony Norman is one of the only people that has a boxed Larry Legend action figure.
If you think that the triple quad cassette tape of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a cool giveaway, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Watch the new era. Look at everything we got here to give away to you. Just tune in next week.
Shit away, but I'm just saying, like, I got way more shit than that fucking Rush Hour 3. Or whatever the fuck.
John Richter, friend of the program, says, we need Gins back. He was removed and it's bullshit, goddammit. Up with the hope. down with the dope.
Sorry, Johnny Richter, but down with the dope is right, and that's why he's the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's right. And next week, catch me smoking reefer out of a garbage bag. Pork Chop City says,
what's going on?
Brian, you were a good brother, but not good enough.
No chance. That's what you got.
Jedi Joe, co-host of the flagship show Thursday nights at 8 p.m., says, end of an era.
Here we go.
We got against the machine is too strong.
We got another. We got another Brian anarchist here. Colton Ryder Holland. Brian had the right to say what he wants, but that doesn't mean what Brian said doesn't have any repercussions and consequences. When his actions are affecting the people closest to him, he should rethink. You know what? You're right.
You're absolutely right.
You're right.
Here's the thing. His actions weren't affecting us directly, but based on the fact that Slava, he ended careers. This motherfucker ended careers. Not mine. He ain't gonna end mine.
Yo, Slava hates Begins, dude. He typed a whole dissertation, dude. Do you see this?
What? No.
No.
What did he say?
Oh my God! I didn't even write in the notes to mention it, so my phone isn't even near me to pull it up. But yo, Slava, like, I don't know, maybe he was in like an Uber, and he had some time on his hands. But yo, he put like a fucking biblical chunk.
Manifesto.
Yeah.
Manifesto.
And you know what he said? And wow, he's in showbiz. He's so smart. He suspected that maybe our statement was a work. And he said, oh, it's just a publicity stunt and blah, 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 blah. And all these like industry standards and all these things that he's seen in his day. And yo, mad respect to Slava. Because, by the way, when he wanted to come on our show, it should be said that like he didn't want to come on our show to like express those fucking commandments of what he perceives to be the media industry. He wanted to come on our show to talk shit about Misha whatever and Matt Riddle. He didn't want to come on our show. You remember, guys, right? And listen,
I remember
this all comes back to Brian.
Brian hooked it up.
Brian hooked it up. And yo, listen, Slava, shout out, dude. Those lights, that camera, my main Tinder photo, my Tinder profile pic, dude. I wish I got a haircut before. And listen, we got nothing to do with whatever relationship. But it's so funny that like now all of a sudden it's like, I fucking hate this guy, Brian. What they're doing is a work. And it's just another person who, by the way, just saying, came on the show to talk shit about a relationship triangle
drama.
And some fucking drama. And now all I see is this motherfucker.
Am I gone?
No, you good.
Okay, I thought I was gone.
I think I punched my microphone. Might have been gone for a second. But you know what I'm
I
saying?
thought I was...
So it's like, yo, like I thought this was a friend. I thought, we had him on the show. He was a friend. He's like a nice guy. Like a profound guy, profound guest.
That's the shit, though. It's conversations are held within these forums that we know nothing of because we don't spend our fucking whole day going up and down these pages, engaging in these conversations with
we just
people.
do the show. We just do the show.
Wild? Yo, what was wild is that like we had the conversation, the four of us, you, me, Brian, you know what I'm saying, Larry, and we were like, what was our screen time? Right? And basically, for those of you who don't know out there, your screen time is how much time you spend on your phone. So it's like, if you have an alarming amount of hours per day on your phone, maybe it's time to put it down. But no,
you're looking for shit.
Live on these forums, right?
Yo, am I bugging? Am I bugging?
No,
like
you're
Larry,
not bugging.
Larry, Sean.
It's wild.
Did I just trigger some like now like Slava jihad by saying by pointing out that.
Well,
like,
I mean, Pat, listen. All of us on this motherfucker right now. 1, 2, 3. We
You
are
look
going
jacked.
to give you cold hard motherfucking facts, whether you want to hear what we're saying or you don't. It's not going to be the scuttlebutt. It's not going to be the rumor and innuendo. We're going to give you the facts, and you're not going to want to hear it.
Well, at least
But
the
that's
facts
what we're
according to
gonna deliver.
us.
So maybe you did. Maybe you did, but Pat, you didn't lie.
Well, it's just
Where's
my
the lie?
opinion. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion that I just think it's funny that when the guy thought that the shit was rad, he came on to like talk shit about his own personal fucking shit and play right in to the Brian G. Berg fucking vibe.
This is facts,
right?
dude. It's not funny. It's facts. You're
And now
of
that
what the fuck happened.
and now
It's
that
not
the
funny. It's facts.
and now that the wave has like broken the other way, it becomes like, oh, I never liked that. Right.
So like the prosecution.
And once again, yo,
shit.
Let's get back to reading the comments because I feel.
Yeah, keep going, bro. Come on.
I feel invigorated.
For like 45 minutes. Read the fucking comments.
I feel like this is a new era. I feel invigorated, and I just
it is.
I just want to let you all know that if you have a problem, that your only problem is that you didn't trust the bullies.
Trust the Blvd Bullies.
But whatever. We can get to that next week. It will become evidently clear to everybody.
Comments, Pat. Come on. I want to hear the shit.
I lost him. Hold on.
On the cast. I want to hear it.
So while Pat's finding them, what I was trying to say
Thank you. Go on, Sean. Thank you.
Are we getting more money?
What I was trying to say was the fact that countless hours are being spent on these damn forums where there are conversations being held, and then when the four of us at the time, now three, finally regroup every Tuesday at 6:45 to 6:50, we got to catch each other up. And sometimes we find out about shit conversations that were held 6, 5, 4 days ago that are now the topic of the damn pod of this Tuesday. So I'm sorry, Deathmatch Elite, that I don't spend as much time as y'all motherfuckers do shit talking, holding each other's balls, and doing whatever the hell it is y'all do. Because it is tiring, bro. It's tiring.
Bro,
if we're that toxic and we're that poison, or we're these meth smokers, as you guys are saying, why the fuck you even bothering to watch that 30-second clip of the four of us talking? Or the three of us getting rid of the garbage that we had that was Brian Ginsburg? How do y'all look? Go reevaluate yourself before you go and you start commenting shit when you don't even know what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry, Pat.
That's right. Everybody
go and edit this and we could throw some bleeps on it, but it's the damn
We should probably edit it.
New era.
Well, now everybody,
it's crazy.
And once again,
it's crazy.
The environment that Brian has cultivated. Belligerence.
Warlike
aggression. Everybody in the comments saying that I'm cooked, that I'm shot, that I'm fated, that I can't be a good host to this show. Sean, Larry, do you agree? Have you been feeling any type of energy in that regard?
No.
From everybody who doesn't follow wrestling in my circles that has watched the Blvd Bullies versus the World just to see what I'm doing, the consistent feedback is I love the host. The consistent feedback from non-wrestling
that they
fans
love the host, Brian,
that are just tuning in because I say, oh, I do a podcast Tuesdays from 7 to 9. We talk about wrestling. It's very sophomoric. Everybody who was like, oh yeah, I checked your thing out. They're like, I love the guy who like your host. I love him. I'm like, I know you do. It's my kid.
Larry, you taught me everything I fucking know.
And they hate. Aren't they hating on you every step of the way?
God damn it. I'll be about to go to the laundromat, pick up my fucking dry cleaning, and wear that exact same tank top right now. And I'm just going to make everybody watch on this show wait 15, 25 fucking minutes.
You have this?
How about I do have it?
I didn't know. Hey, y'all can get this shit too. You know, thanks to Begins, nobody buys from me anymore. You know, when I was over there rolling around with the packing princess, I was selling shit out of my hole. Now that I'm Ginsey, everybody hates Larry because, I make fun of SPO or, all of this other shit. But I still got this shit for sale.
Whoa. Yo, I'll tell you another thing, dude. Not only did I have the entire hate account created against me this week, like, we fired Gins and all this fucking shit started happening, right? So we fired Gins. I had the hate account. I had the fucking
get him out of here
happening. We had the tie-dye bloody guy talking to us.
Nothing that I don't even know why we bought it again, but him. I know. Am I done? I'm done.
I'm just saying there's so many people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep thinking I'm done. I keep thinking my shit is done.
Are you on 1%? What is your phone percentage at right now, Larry?
So look, the last time when I went away, my phone overheated. It was like, you're burning the fuck up. Emergency. And I'm like, oh shit. Brightness all the way down, back on. So I'm brightness all the way down. And I can't even see shit. But I hear you and they keep pausing. I keep thinking I'm dead. I keep thinking I'm dead. I'm like, oh shit.
All right, Sean, break it down for me. T. Curly.
Break it down.
But break it down. The T. Curly in the comments says, I've been watching for a half an hour and have no idea what Ginsburg did. I don't mind him not being on. Thank you. But what did he do?
I think
he put our lives in danger, dude.
At this point, it's what didn't he do? What didn't we have a conversation with him about? How many times were the conversation held? He's done enough, Curly.
They don't know.
I think at this point, there's no more talking that needs to be held upon it. You can actually go back and watch our other videos, and you can actually see what transpired from start to finish.
You could see the fucking decomposition.
What happened was enough. And I said it early in the program, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And what you're seeing is the new revitalized, a new era of the Blvd Bullies.
The fire's blue now.
Ooh, that's the hottest flame of them all.
The blue fire's the hottest.
What they don't see is when we go off and we talk. They don't see that.
That's
they don't see Patrick destroying his studio. They don't see me screaming in the Jeep on my way to go check on my aunt and my mom. They don't see that.
No. What they see
We've
is
all
what
destroyed our studios multiple times.
Dude, not Sean. Sean's kept this shit together.
Sean has never destroyed his studio.
You and I've had all this shit has been on the ground, the fucking light, everything. When we finish our show, we're like, what was that?
Both of us have destroyed our studios multiple times because of Brian. Just literally imagine Larry standing up and swiping all of that shit off of the counter behind him.
The fucking everything.
Yeah, that literally has happened.
I have this desk that I've just shook it and screamed. And Pat, you too. You
inspired me. I started slamming the microphone and slapping things.
You've been on mute, still screaming, and we're like, we can't hear anything. Yeah. We know that you're mad.
Just see that I shut my microphone off, and then I start yelling and hollering. But you know what, dudes? I feel like we had a beatbox free show. We had a beatbox Bry free show.
Mm-hmm.
And, listen, I don't know. The numbers ain't so bad. And for anybody, once again, who's very, very upset, I implore you to trust the Blvd Bullies.
Trust the Blvd Bullies. I got it now, Sean. I got that shit now, bro.
Supermarket soup commercial.
Fish. Yeah.
So what else should we talk about? Should we talk about any kind of indie wrestling things? And once again, Brian was locked into the IWTV. He was locked into all this.
I want to say something indie-wise. Yeah. For better or worse, whether I'm there or not, I love that every once in a while, JCW just puts up a live stream of some show. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? On a Saturday night when I ain't doing shit, I love to look on my YouTube feed and see that an indie where people I know are live on YouTube. And whether it be 258 watching or 319 watching, like, yo, keep this fucking machine going. I don't care that I'm not there. I don't care that I'm not booked, you know? Machine's going. Saturday night, I want to watch wrestling. Marcus Mathers versus Alex Price. Go, Brett, go. So I just want to say that.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Organically happens. I don't follow shit. I'm not looking for shit. I'm just like, what's Cornette talking about? Oh, JCW Live? Let me look. And there it is. In some venue I've never seen before, the Italian Family American Center or whatever the fuck
my
it's
favorite,
called.
my spot, my favorite
Clifton,
spot,
New Jersey.
actually.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just saying I didn't watch the whole shit. I don't got no feedback about it, but I loved in 2024 just having the ability when I used to be ringside with my iPad beaming shit out to people so they could get a glimpse of Cage of Death 12 or whatever, or Tournament of Death 9. When I was out there doing that shit, I'm glad now you can just on a Saturday night watch some indie wrestling. Love it.
Or
Well, Sean, do you care to comment on that amazing statement by Larry? I mean, Jesus Christ. Taking a break. I'm taking a break.
Just saying. We can do this now that Brian's gone. You see what we can do?
We just hang out, chat.
Just chat it up.
Shit. The power of three.
Larry, you have a show this weekend, right? Or was it next weekend?
Oh, you're going down to the. You're going down. You're going down.
I'm going down to that.
You started playing the band.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm going down to that.
You're going down to the sticks.
I'm going down to that.
Should we be worried for your health and well-being?
Well, I'm going to say this. This is going to be my third trip in my illustrious career to Birmingham, Alabama.
Do you pass the bridge?
Third. So I actually was more concerned about my last IWA Deep South show, which was in McKenzie, Tennessee, which is 2 hours away from Memphis, where I flew into. You follow me? My show, last time I did IWA Deep South, was 2 hours away from where I flew into. So that one was kind of a little bit more like, I'm going to be just going through the back hills of Tennessee and find this fucking show.
Yeah.
Whereas this time I'm going into a major metropolis where the show is. So I'm not, and I've already been twice to Birmingham. I was there once for Ring of Honor and once to be an au pair for the summer for a wealthy family. So I'm looking forward to getting my teeth sunk into some fried chicken.
Wait a second. You were an au pair?
Indeed, I was.
Tell me the entire story
what's an
right
au pair?
now.
Come
Sean,
on,
you don't know what an au pair is?
No, what is it?
Dude, an au pair. An au
You don't
pair.
this whole fucking shit, bro.
He's lying. He wasn't an au pair.
The fuck is an au pair?
An au pair is like a live-in nanny cleaning person.
Okay.
Usually from like another country involving like green cards or something.
I was an au pair.
I don't believe you.
I was an au pair. You will let me finish.
Finish what?
I was an au pair.
Tell me the entire story.
You can't believe it. So fuck it. You know it's true. I'm not saying anything.
No, I
Come
don't
on,
know.
no, shut up.
And that was
You
the first
need to
time.
tell me the
And that was
entire
the first
story
time that
right
I
now.
went to Birmingham.
You need
It
to
was
tell me the
nothing-
entire
it had
story
nothing to
right
do with
now.
Wrestling.
Tell me the entire story right
It
now.
had nothing to do with wrestling. The first time that I ever
Tell
went
me
to
the
Birmingham,
entire
I
story
was
right
an au
now.
pair.
Start right now. Boom. Tell me
No,
the story.
I'm never fucking, bro. You're
Tell
not. You're over-talking me. You have no
I'm
reason
not.
to
I'm
think I'm
over-talking
lying.
you to make you start the
Why
story.
would I lie?
You need to start the story right now.
No,
Go.
no, you'll get the story offline.
I don't want the
Wrestling Boulevard
offline
Bullies versus the
story.
world. No, just because you don't believe, you're not going to then goad me into talking about my fucking life.
Believe.
My fucking
I
life
didn't
is
say I didn't believe.
Bro, I'm not lying
I
about
didn't
a
say I didn't
motherfucking
believe.
thing. Don't
I
ever
didn't say I
come for
didn't
me
believe.
or tell me to tell a fucking
I
story.
needed
If
you
I
to tell
tell
me
you I
the
did some
story.
shit, I fucking
needed
did.
you to
You
tell it
didn't
to
know
me.
it. We'll talk about it offline.
It
Go to the
was
next
shocking to me,
motherfucking
and I
wrestling
needed you to tell
subject.
it to me
I'm
right
not
now.
talking about me being an
I
au
needed you
pair
to tell me
in
the story.
Birmingham. The first
Tell me the
motherfucking time that I
story.
went
That's
there.
all I wanted.
But since you want to bring up IWA
have
Deep South,
all
I
the
will fucking
respect.
talk about the third time
All
that
the
I'm going down
respect
there.
in the world.
I'm not
And I'm
talking
just
about
saying,
what the fuck
with
else.
all the respect in the entire world, could you tell me the story of you
No.
being an au pair?
No one will fucking not. No one will not. I will fucking sign up the Zoom. Don't fucking
I think he's frozen. Check. Toast. Toast.
story.
What?
And one of those stories is the third time I will be going to Birmingham. The first time I was a goddamn motherfucking au pair. No, you're not getting it. Talk to me about it offline.
I want to know about it right now, Larry.
Yeah, I know you do, Pie, but that's not Blvd Bullies versus the world. And you're not going to control me just because you find some shit out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. Just go on to the next fucking thing.
So with this being your third trip out there with IWA.
Thank you, Sean.
So with this being your third trip out there with IWA, how has it changed over the years, and when was the first?
What?
So with this being your third trip out there, when was the first one?
2001?
Wow. So
like
that's
before 9/11?
So that's some time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that
how's
was
it
the first time. The second time was 2014 for Ring of Honor.
So with it being in 01, was it still being run like territory-ish, or was it
Dude,
like
the first time I went, it had nothing to do with wrestling. I was
No, I know.
there.
I'm saying for wrestling, your first time going out there to announce.
I was with Sinclair Broadcast Group. I was with Ring of Honor. It wasn't like a territory mud show. I'm going down there for a territory mud show now.
Okay, so the
this
first
weekend,
one was so
which
the
is
first
what
one,
we're talking about.
Yeah,
Southern Outlaws by
Yep.
IWA Deep South. Not me being a fucking au pair. God, I wish I never said shit.
I don't even know what the fuck that was. Anyway,
I know, Sean, and I don't know why Pat, maybe he's on the beatboxes this week, tried to make the fucking shit about that. That's not Blvd Bullies versus the fucking world.
You brought it up. I was just curious.
Yeah, well, you brought up the fact that I'm doing the show in Birmingham. Oh, God damn it. Dude, fucking in the show. Maybe we need Gins back. This shit is fucking whack, bro. Fuck. Got my blood pressure that fucking high over some fucking dumb shit.
we don't need that shit back here. First off,
fuck, yo.
Secondly,
I never said shit. Yeah, I was an au pair. I won the Price is Right. I got goes from Toronto to fucking Mexico to everywhere, bitch.
And you used to.
You were an au pair? Talk about.
This is interesting, Larry. I'm sorry.
You fucking up. Fuck. God damn it, bro. Bring Gins back. I'm fucking over this shit. Shit. Yeah, I'm pissed, bro.
So I had a card.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Before we had a format, we did deathmatch drama. We had the fucking giveaways. That was better than this shit where we're just ripping. Case in point. God damn it, bro. I will tell you about me being an au pair for the Cohen family all fucking line because it don't have a shit to do with wrestling. It's just the first time that I've been down there. I'm talking about that shit. Fuck, bro. Dude,
I'm sorry.
It's all good, bro, but bro, don't fucking do that to me. Don't fucking learn a little tidbit about me and then be like, oh, now the show's this. No, it's not. No, my one. The same shit you did with the fucking the benefit I went to, where you were like the charity, but
I wanted to highlight your benevolence.
I know what you wanted to do.
Your philanthropic
I know what you
benevolence.
wanted to do. The same thing that you're doing right now, but you're not going to do it to me.
Hey, you know what? How about
what are they saying in the chat? What the fuck are they saying in the chat right now?
Okay, do you want me to read this?
Read it. Read the whole thing. I know Jedi Joe and Brent are going in.
Larry,
Larry's screaming.
It's not like that, Larry. It's not like
Whatever.
that, dude. I swear to God.
I think it's like we need Gens back.
No, we don't.
He's a nice mutable. Okay.
They said Larry. They're saying Larry's hot. All caps. Love Larry. John Richter says, dude, I'm hard as fuck. I'm not telling you the
story about me being an au pair for some fucking Jewish babies. I'm not telling that story. I'm sorry I dropped that tidbit, but I'm not telling that story about the first time that I went to Birmingham.
Okay.
I'm doing IWA Deep South. Southern Outlaws this weekend. It'll be my third time in Birmingham, and that's it.
All right. So what match are you looking? What match are you looking forward to the most?
All of them. All of them. Every fucking match on the show.
Sean,
every goddamn match.
Sean, what match are you looking forward to on that show the most?
I don't even know.
Yeah, all of them.
I don't think anybody fucking
knows. We're all looking forward to all of them.
Well, listen, before we got into that in-depth conversation about all 3 times Larry been there, I wanted to bring up an old card of IWA Mid-South. It was on January 28th, 2017, the Kings of Crimson Mask 2017 held in Memphis. We were just speaking of Memphis, and I think the main event was John Wayne Murdoch, who was a champion, versus Ricky Shane Page. And I'm looking at this card, and it looks like a wild card. Like I'm kind of like amazed how I've never even like stumbled upon this. Then you have Connor Claxton versus Homeless Jimmy, Jimmy Lloyd versus Mance Warren in a Staple Gun Thumbtacks match. Then you got G Raver, we shouldn't speak his name, versus Marcus Crane, Pit of Glass Taipei. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wild card, bro. Like I didn't even run through all of them. Like, is this just something that they do? It's just these like shows that nobody speaks of, and it's just like you got to be there to be there. It's a no to no type of deal.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you bring that up because now IWA Deep South is in bed with Rob Black of XPW. So all of the IWA Deep South matches are streamed on streamxtreew.com. Right. Hence why I finally went down there and did Carnage Cup 13, which was the first foray that I had into IWA Deep South. This next show, Southern Outlaws, will be streamed on xpw.com, and I'm going to be the fucking host in Birmingham. And yes, before this, the only way that IWA Deep South was distributed was through pit traders or DVD traders, or if you knew where to get the DVDs. Right. So you're right. This is a new era for IWA Deep South, where they're, I guess, getting into the mainstream, hence my black ass, you know, and we're on streamxpw.com. So yeah, great way to fucking get us back to like, not my personal life, which is the same reason that we got Brian off the fucking show.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, dude.
And I'm so happy and excited for the show to happen.
Are you? You probably won't even watch it.
I will
you
watch
don't like
it.
That shit.
Hillbilly
will be there. Tarzan will be there.
Two great friends of the Bullies.
We like them.
We like them, and
I'll be there. I'll be there. Flight already booked all the way back in March.
Fire.
To all the promoters out there, for my ass, all the way back before the Ides of March. I'm booked. So I'm going down there. I'll do the shit. I'll eat some fried chicken.
Okay.
And I'll go back to Baltimore.
Nice.
Now, what's your plan? Are you gonna like do a rental and drive?
That's what I always do, Pat.
What's the hour?
always
What are the hours on
fucking
that
do.
drive? If I wanted to come up,
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead, Sean. Whatever.
you're still mad at me?
I mean, I know what you're doing.
I'm
So
not.
go ahead, Sean. Whatever.
So this Saturday's backlash from France. So we've been seeing
France.
we've been seeing a change in the way WWE is doing their PLEs, no more pay-per-views, PLEs, premium live events, and their locations. We had Elimination Chamber, which was held in Perth in Australia. Now we had Backlash, I think it was a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, that was held in Puerto Rico, and now they're in France. They got rid of the WrestleMania Backlash, and now it's just Backlash.
France.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Leading into it, you have Damian Priest as your World Heavyweight Champion going up against Jey Uso, who's being billed in a main event. Like, he's not just being given that moniker for no reason. They're actually pushing him towards that.
Is his music the lamest ever?
Nah,
it's just me now. It's just me, the one guy. It's just me now. It's me, the one guy.
It's dope. You follow it. The fans are following it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's catchy. It's something that they want to see. Which I'm bringing it up because I feel like they're continuing this bloodline storyline. I think he's gonna end up with the world title pretty soon.
I don't think he's gonna beat Damian though.
One thing that's been like happening with Judgment Day, which I'm really big on with Judgment Day, is the fact that their key players are like injured right now. Dominic, who's out, he's getting surgery done. I think Tommy John surgery, and Rhea's out with an injury.
And did you see that Liv Morgan is seducing Dominic Mysterio? And Larry, one more thing. Speaking of Liv Morgan, Larry, one more thing. Speaking of Liv Morgan seducing Dom, do you have any like sexy stories of you being an au pair?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I do. But we're going to have to save that for All Hosts Filled with Pat Martini and Larry Legend. Not for Blvd Bullies versus the World.
Jesus
Sean,
Christ.
you were saying?
Well, yeah, continuing on with the Judgment Day, I've been seeing a lot of comparison with, what's this guy's name? Devlin. Right? Him and Eddie and Benoit. So like Dom and that Devlin kid are giving the Eddie and Benoit comparison as a unity. Have you guys been following up on Raw at all with what's happening over there?
Oh yeah,
I missed it last night. I was at a dinner party.
Say it again.
I missed it last night. I was at a dinner party, but I listened to Brian Alvarez.
Yes.
This morning.
What kind of dinner party were you at?
Oh, just a birthday dinner party.
Oh, I love that. I love this for you. What did you wear? Tell us everything.
I wore my birthday suit because it was a birthday party. And Sean.
So what did Brian Alvarez say?
Lots of stuff. Sean.
Well, I've been reading online that Begins, one of his favorite deathmatch wrestlers, Jimmy Chondo Lion, is actually having an actual beef.
I saw this.
Hardcore.
I saw this.
Hardcore who? Hardcore Hillbilly?
No, not Hardcore Hillbilly. He goes by Hardcore. I'm sure you know who he is. I'm kind of interested to know what's happening because I know Hardcore to be a very nice person.
Okay.
Well, you know what? The same thing that's going on is the scuttlebutt around Dr. Redacted is like, who trained you? A lot of the guys, they see these other new kids pop up, like JT Dunn. What was his name who got canceled? You know what I'm talking about, David Starr. David Starr. And they're like, where'd y'all come from?
Hey.
Who trained you?
Hey.
Who trained you?
I don't.
And I think that a lot of people are looking at Hardcore like, yo, who trained you? Who trained you, Hardcore?
I won't go into exactly the entire post, but a little snippet.
Because we know Tremont trained Chondo.
Yeah, marks who belong on the other side of the guardrail. gonna be marks who belong on the other side of the guardrail. I guess
who's saying this now? Who's saying this
I
now?
don't doubt it.
Chondo, Jimmy
But if
Chondo
y'all
lied.
cared about him or the genre of deathmatch wrestling, you talk him into getting better in the ring so he doesn't break his own neck or somebody else's.
Or hurt someone else.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I saw this.
So it's like, good guy, but also it's like if
Harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh. It stands out.
So who the fuck is even fucking talking about? Why does he even care? And what's it even about?
Well, Chondo is kind of on the come up.
Is he?
Like, kind of like.
Is he?
I don't know.
Is he, Larry?
I guess the last guy that was coming up was like Connor. Connor Flash. I think the last guy in like the deathmatch echelon that like came up was Connor. I think it was Pat.
Okay, so back to Chondo. Who's this guy? Who's Chondo talking about?
Hardcore.
Hardcore who?
He's just called Hardcore.
Is this a person I know?
You've seen him.
I think you might know them.
Have I hung out with them for 24 hours straight?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know who they are then.
Well, they're bubbling. They're over here. They're over there. They're doing shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, at one point, Dr. Redacted, as Dr. Cube, was over here, over there, everywhere. Okay. So, I guess Chondo, at this point, is like, I'm a gatekeeper. I'm a gatekeeper of this shit. And this guy's not trained. It sounds to me like the blurb that I looked at was like, Chondo was like, yo, this guy could hurt someone or himself. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah, well,
Pat, you don't even know who he is.
Well, I mean, I just think that anybody who posts something that they think matters on Facebook is depraved.
Well, I mean, it was on Deathmatch Elite, right, Sean? Isn't that where that, or was that X?
No,
Deathmatch Elite or X.
That's part of the reason why Brian has been unanimously voted off the show. Because if you still communicate and care about what's going on Facebook, you're a depraved lunatic.
And you know what? I'm not posting nothing about me being no goddamn affair or fucking Facebook or X or Instagram, bro. I'm not talking about that part of my life.
If you want to see those Larry O'Pear pictures, you subscribe to Larry's OnlyFans. And that's the only way to know.
You know what? Guess what?
Look how jacked you look, dude. And you know what? You look jacked, too.
The pictures are going up tonight. I'm sending them out, and I'm tagging you, Pat, just so you can be like, "Oh my fucking God, Larry!"
By the way,
I'm tagging you.
When I was in the
I'm very large. I'm like 300 pounds in these pictures that I'm going to post tonight. Just keep that in mind.
You're wearing your uncle's suit.
I'm actually in an Aunt Jemima get up. Psych.
I was talking during the weekends during the weekend's drama about me. I texted the guys and I said, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm going through. I'm trying to power through. I'm going through all the right channels. I'm trying to get this squashed, but don't be surprised if my nudes leak." And then Larry goes in the group, "You have nudes?"
Nah, it's okay.
And then you sent me like a sexy photo of myself that I knew existed. It was right after I got tattooed by Schlack right on my sternum.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah, that was the Schlack tattoo photo, dude.
Who took it?
Me, obviously. I was in the bathroom mirror.
Oh,
but it was after Schlack pounded my chest.
Did you post that, Pat? Did you post that nippled picture of the fucking seal?
Yeah, maybe I might have.
Yeah. I guess that's where I got it. I got that shit
where I got it.
It was just online.
It was on the dark web.
Yeah. I just typed in Blvd Bullies versus the World Au Pair, and it came up.
Nipples.
#Au Pair.
So we got a few minutes left in the show. Obviously, I think that the public outcry
Few minutes.
We need Brian back. This is what I say.
No, Larry,
This
listen.
shit. I need my Genzi. I'm Amanda. I'm his fiance. I need him back.
You
Well,
miss
Larry-
Amanda walking
Too
into
much
the
for
frame.
me. Like, I'm screaming about being an au pair. I wish I would have never brought it up. Everyone's like, Larry's crazy. You know what it is. You know what it is. This is what it is.
You need
Larry, I'm
kids
gonna
to
be
come
quite
back and be the
honest with you.
crazy one.
That's what it is.
If that's the route that you need to go, Larry, then you go down that road. But I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I sit in front of this camera playing Cube like I'm on NBC,
What?
and he's gonna be the opposite Cube from me, because I'll be damned
Well,
if I partake in that. And if you want to do that, y'all let me know, and I get out of here, because I'm not sitting here with this shit. I'm dead serious.
I don't want to hear that kind of talk. I don't like that kind of talk.
I don't like that kind of talk.
I already talked about the power of three: WCW, WWE, AEW. But maybe, just maybe, we need a USWA up in this motherfucker. Is what I'm saying. Is we need a mutable. We need, because I don't know if I can take three.
Bro, look
Maybe
what that got us, bro.
I need to be watching.
Bro,
I don't need
look
to
what
be
that got us.
participating because I want all the motherfucking pussy for myself.
All I know is he got us to a point where we couldn't even walk into a building without hearing shit.
I can't even walk through the mall no more,
I'm
dude.
perfectly fine, and I'm perfectly fine not dealing with that. But if that's something that wants to happen,
it's driving me up a wall. Okay,
listen,
I don't
I'm
believe.
all for it, but I'm not.
I'm talking like packing princess touched my bag. And you know what, Pat? I think that's what you want.
What?
I think every episode you want me to go. You want me to destroy this shit.
How dare you? How dare you?
You know, your goal is like, how do we get Larry to freak the fuck out? That's what I think
Larry,
is your goal.
How dare you, dude? How dare you?
Larry, do it again.
You know what to do.
You've only once destroyed your studio. That was from a private phone call.
So you bring the private shit to light.
You're the one who said you were an au pair. You're the one who said you were an au pair, and I was just interested.
Listen,
I'll talk about it offline.
I don't want
boys, real quick, if we could just touch base back down on earth where we deal with the real shit. I do not want Brian Ginsburg back on this show. I do not want to partake in anything that he is a part of.
You hate him.
And I want you guys to understand that I am serious. And it's not a joke. And I understood that we spent the last 30 minutes joking on whether Larry was an au pair or not, or how many times he's been to that state. But it does not matter. What matters most is that he does not come back on the show. He's not part of this brand. And he is not part of the four of us moving forward.
Well,
there's only three of us.
Did you notice?
And if there's I'm serious. And if there's an issue, you let me know.
Okay, Sean. Don't you get
so then I can deal with it the way I want to deal with it.
Hey,
understood?
Okay.
Did you guys notice my new glasses, my new Prada glasses? You know, I had $1,000.
I saw them in the group chat.
I had $1,000 just that I could like literally have burned.
Pat.
I had $1,000 that, like, you know, I could have given to charity, or I could have just thrown into a dumpster.
I think you should shut up
and burned.
You don't have $1,000.
Instead, I spent $1,000 on these
the
Prada glasses.
You bought from the China woman.
Well, no,
You got them from?
No, I got it from a China woman named Mrs. Prada. You know, so they were more expensive. I had $1,000 just that I could throw in the trash and light on fire, and instead I decided to spend them on these Prada glasses right here. You understand,
guys?
Larry?
Buy my tank top. It's tank top season. Buy it. I'll give away something if you buy it. I'll give away.
Hey, and you know what? And no more giveaways. No more trash can garage show.
Yeah, buy our shit.
Buy our shit.
Cartel.com. whatever.
How dare you suggest that the Boulevard Bullies aren't the business in the comments? You know what? And next week, tune in because we're going Blue Fire.
$50 motherfucking dollars.
Which is the hottest. And we're going ads. You know, you guys, I see everybody complaining in the chat. Ads. Oh, I'm getting an ad right now. Oh, this sucks. Well, guess what? I had it at conservative. I'm putting it at aggressive starting next week, which is Brian's return show. I mean,
what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what you said?
No, I was just joking around.
No, Pat. No, before
all you needed to say is
before you like press the end button and like, I'm being dead serious. I do not want to jump on the screen and he's sitting directly in front of me. If you have that respect for me and what we've been doing, then you let me know ahead of time.
Wow.
Because you're not going to do to me next. Larry, give me a second. You're not going to do to me next week what you did to him. You understand
what I'm saying? I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. No, Sean, it's fine. It's fine.
You know what? Play us out.
All right, yeah.
It's 7 minutes after 9. Play us out.
Hey, but you know what? Listen.
It's crazy.
Play us out.
No. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Sean, do you have your headphones on? You can't even hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Larry's the one who started with the Brian coming back fucking narrative, dude. I was just fucking joking around.
Because I'm not sure, Pat.
Larry admitted that he was an au pair and then got so upset that he brought the thought of Brian coming back.
Much about being an au pair.
It's because and that made you bring Brian back.
After I gathered my energy, I said maybe we need Brian here because I don't. This is not the way I am.
So you're not an au pair.
Fuck you, bro.
But what I'm saying is that, Sean, I did not suggest Larry and all his au pairdom made the suggestion that Brian should come back.
You know what? Sean, I'm sorry. I lost it. I'm conflicted.
I think this
because
might be our greatest show ever.
If it wasn't for Gins, I wouldn't even be here.
Oh, wow.
But if you're telling me that you can't even exist?
I take that as a personal insult, Larry.
Now let him finish, Pat. Let him finish.
Pat, you never invited me once.
Because I had the respect for you to realize.
I watched JT Kaysen. I watched Mittens. I watched everything. But you never once said come. Grind it.
Because I had more respect for you than that, Larry.
Well, or maybe you knew that I was going to flip out. Maybe you were like, Larry's going to flip out. But Gibbs wants to flip out. He wants us flipping out. He wants Sean flipping out. He wants me flipping out. He wants the comments flipping out.
Do we miss
No more flipping out.
Do we miss him?
You do.
No more flipping out.
No more flipping out.
But in my flip out, I was like, well, maybe I never do this. I never fucking scream at Pat about Deep South, about fucking about the Deep South show.
Oh,
I shouldn't have ever mentioned that it was my third time in Birmingham and the first time I was an au pair. dude.
I think this might have been our best.
Yes, y'all, I was an au pair all the way back.
I don't even believe you, dude. I don't even believe you.
I'm posting. I'm tweeting. I'm doing the pictures tonight, and I'm tagging you in them. Yes, I got pictures.
Yo, I will tell you this, and Sean, I feel like you could corroborate with me, Larry. You know, I feel like maybe in a day or two he can agree. But everybody who watched tonight's episode, you are here with us for something that is just an ever-evolving piece of fucking business. And it's just
sorry.
A flex.
I'm sorry for everyone who was offended by my flipping out and knocking
Larry, literally nobody was.
I think they were.
I don't think they
I
were.
think they were.
I don't think they were. As long as you post those pictures.
Sean, are you up? I'm sorry, Sean. I feel like I owe everyone an apology, which is what I'm going to do once we go offline. And I tell you the story about me being a fucking au pair.
And by the way, I will be screen recording that conversation. So
no, you won't.
If you want to hear it, you can subscribe to members only, because that will be much like you can hear about our plan to fire Brian on members only. You can also hear about Larry's exclusive au pair stories right here live on the longest running episodic fucking podcast on the Blvd Bullies channel. Yo, we are at 98, 99, maybe 100. And guess what? What if I told
Sean.
you all night long? Trust. Sean, back me up on this. Trust the bullies.
Trust the Blvd Bullies.
Trust the bullies. Trust them.
Trust the bullies. Everybody who you've ever known and met and loved in this scene
is our son.
Will sell your soul for $1. And your own mother and father in this scene will turn their back on you and give you up to be put into the fucking oven of Brett Lauderdale, of Danny DeMonto, of any other promoter who needs to make a little gingerbread man. So in this dark world and in this dark forest, when you follow the breadcrumbs, the only ones that you could trust are those of your friends, the Blvd Bullies. Your own mother and father will sell you down the river for $1. But the Blvd Bullies,
you know it's real.
You just keep.
You said it twice.
You just keep on keeping on. You trust us, and we're going to do right by you.
Bullies.
And if you are somebody who is watching this show, and I would suggest or suspect that more than 50% of the people who watch this episode, whether they were mad about us kicking Brian out, or whether they were a personal stalker, or whether they were somebody calling Sean ringside doo-doo, or whether there was somebody, maybe they were the couple who had Larry cleaning their house in a French maid outfit while he was an au pair.
It was a lake house.
But until next time, if you are any one of those aforementioned people, I must suggest extremely enthusiastically to you, die slow. Until next time, we're out of time. Bye-bye. Yeah, I mean, I think that was a good show. I hate everybody so much, and everybody who loves Brian can get fucked, and everybody who hates Brian can get fucked. And at the end of the day, the ones who are the most fucked are us, because I'm getting yelled at on Twitter, and so are the three of you guys.